welcome back to my channel. This is Lisa with Mimi's DIY Journey. So I am continuing on with the honey blossom journal that I am making. I want to get the signature sewed in, and I had purchased these like a couple years ago. It comes like with a set, and they're to be made for like a tier tray setting. So I thought this might make a good journal topper, and then I dug out some flowers that I thought we could glue on. I did have this picked out. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that though, because with that and the flowers, I don't know. So it was this color here, and I just took my dauber with my ink, and I just went over it like that to darken it up. That's all I did there. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so signatures. We're going to set those to the side for a minute. I made myself a template. Just cut a sheet of paper the same width and the length of my book, and then my spine here. I folded it in threes like this. Then I unfolded it and I folded it in threes again. And then where those lines cross is where I'm going to put my holes. I did not do very well on that one. So that's where I'm going to poke my holes in my book. The signatures will be a little bit easier to do. I also brought these out if I didn't use that. I'm not sure. I don't know what I really want to do with the front. Okay, so I want to just make sure. Oh, I marked the top with a T, so that when I do my signatures, I don't mix this, turn it around. And I even did the back side too, just in case. So where those little dots are is where I'm going to poke my holes. And hopefully I can get it all the way through. Maybe. Come on. Once you get the initial start, you can go back through and poke them a little bigger. I am going to use a smaller needle because I'm going to use my wax thread, which I really don't like wax thread, but I don't want to use black or white thread on this. So my wax thread is kind of like a, I don't know, like a beigey color is what I want to use. Well, it kind of went all the way through, but those holes just aren't big enough. So let's see. I can probably see on this side better. To poke all the way through. We just need the holes big enough for our needle to go in. Okay. I think it'll be all right. I hope. This one, it's there, but it's kind of hard to see, but I think we'll manage. I hope. So I am going to start with the back journal here. And I'm going to take my little template. And is that going to be the same size as my pages? No, I just need to, I'm just going to cut just a little bit off. that going to mess up? No, it shouldn't mess it up. Oh, it might mess it up too bad. Or because I want to make sure that my pages are lined up. And if I do the holes like that, okay. Don't cut it just straight off the bottom. I should have known better than that. So make sure my pages are lined where I want them. And then I'm going to line my holes up in my template with the holes that I poked. And then I will just mark right there. Actually, I could go ahead and cut this off. And then we want to make sure that we're lining this top edge up with the top of our paper here. I hope. All right, so let's get this. Take that out because we're not going to need that. We just need, we need our template. Okay, and then actually I want to turn it this way where all of the edges here are butted up against there. So this is the top. We want to make sure the top is lined up with the top edge. All right, and then poke our holes. Okay, and now hopefully yep, that's gonna do. So let's just do all of these and get this part done. So let's untie this. And this one might be, this one's going to be a little different. So I am going to center this. Hang on, let me fix my pages. Put them where I want them. Okay, and I'm just going to center this template the best that I can here. I think that looks good. Okay. And that went really close to the center. So we're good there. All right. Now this one, same. We want the top, nope, we want the top this way. Lined up to the front, or I mean the top of our pages. So goodness. I'm a little tired tonight. All right, so there's that one. Okay, and then we'll turn these upside down, and we'll start with the last one first. Okay. Journal's the right direction. Pages are the right direction. All right, and then I cut my thread 3 times the length of my journal, actually a little bit more, so that I have plenty of tie. And then I'm just going to start in the center hole, and it should be, yep, right there. Okay, make sure that you're leaving a tail here in the center. Don't pull your thread all the way through. Ask me how I know. Done that a few times. Then I'm just going to go into the top pull, pull through. Okay. Bottom hole. And I'm just going through this last row that I poked through. And I actually split my thread here, so let me back that off of there. I don't want that. There we go. All right, pull that through, and then we're going to make sure that we have one of our tails on each side of this string going down, and then I am just going to even up my strings here just a little bit. Just a little bit more. It doesn't really have to be even. Okay, it's just really hard to maneuver that string since it's waxed. There we go. Everything looks good. So we're going to tie it. We're going to do right over left, left over right, and right over left again. And bring it down. You can trim it off if you want. You can cut it all the way off. I'm going to leave them long right now because I might want to add some beads. Okay, so there's the first one. Now, this is going to be the difficult one. Okay, make sure I got my ties good. Oh, needle, thread. I might struggle with this one a little bit, so let's see. And I got it right side, yep. Okay, and then center hole. Okay, pull that through. We're going to leave a tail. All right, and then in through the top. All right, so far it's not going as bad as I thought it would. Maybe. Come on. Why are you not going in? There we go. All right. Don't pull that too far. Just back that out just a little bit. Leave it longer. Okay. And then in through or out through the bottom. And then I left my little threads where I sewn the cards. Okay, and then you know what? Let's go ahead and we're just going to feed that all the way through. So this little, that wasn't that bad. Okay. And then we're going to go back up or back through the center. Okay. Get my little, no, threads go that way. Just going to go ahead and pull that all the way through that. And then we'll go through the center here. Voila! Okay. Now, make sure I got my ties good. Yep. Okay. And the back looks good. Yep. And in here looks good. Yep. And I can take a needle and get these threads on the right side. Just like that. And that looks good. All right. Then we'll make sure that we have one of these on each side. Nope, we want to go that way. Pull this. Okay. Well. Good enough. Okay. Then we'll do right over left, left over right, and right over left again. I will say these knots, the knots tie better with the wax thread. So there is our little journal within our journal. So let's go ahead and we're going to tie this. Hopefully that'll help when tying this one in. So let's get our thread. Okay. And center hole. And center hole. Okay. Left my tail. And then top hole. Okay. In through the bottom. And bottom hole. Guys, this is going a little easier than I thought it would. And then back through the center. Oh, there we go. I really thought I was going to struggle with trying to get that folio sewn in here. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. I got some fuzzies there. All right, and that looks good. And then we have one string on each side. Pull snug, but not too tight so we don't rub our pages. And right over left, left over right, and right over left again. All right. I like that. That's cute. And this hangs out. I didn't think of a closure yet. I wish I had a buckle. A buckle would be cool. I don't even have any overalls or anything that I could cut a buckle off. So, see, I do have that. That might work on the side. Here is some white ribbon. So let's see. So since we have that tied there, what if we did a tie? Oh, we can make a little present. No, I'm just kidding. Is that long enough to go around another time? I don't think so. No. I mean, I have plenty. And it's not like this is going to go to waste. No, I don't want that. So, what if we tie this bow just a little bit smaller? Okay, and then we can cut these off. And then we can have this and tie. I think that'll be fine. And then we can put some lace and stuff on the edges of the papers to where, you know, this is just demonstration. I doubt I use that, but where it's sticking out like that. And then maybe this bow and the closure bow won't be too much. Or I could put a chain. I might see about that. Put a chain with the clasp on either side or whatever. And it'll just, I'll have to see what I got. I thought I sewn that in backwards. I was getting ready to cry. All right, so we have our signature sewn in. I'm not sure I want to go gluing stuff down to the front yet. Not until I figure out how I want to do the closure. I just thought the honeybee was so cute. Like so. So yeah, I'm not sure I want to glue anything down yet. And then we can use, ooh, that is pretty. Yep. Let's see. Oh, just there's stuff everywhere. And then I can put a little chain closure. Might be able to go ahead and do that. Where are somewhere I have, oops, no, not those. I have these little things that screw on. I don't know where I put them. That's nails. No. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. These. It just took me a second. So then I can put one of those right here and then one on the back side. And then have a little chain and a little clasp. I think I got a clasp in here. Yep, a clasp. And I need another jump ring. That'll work. I don't know how easy this is going to be, guys. I have no idea. Okay, so the little things, the little rings to put on the front is not going to work because my journal is too thick. And I found that out after I poked the hole. So I just stuck a decorative rivet in there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put this tie on. I think it'll be okay, even though I got that bow there on the inside. Put some of this crochet lace here. And then my little honey pot. I think maybe there. Oops. And then we can put our flowers like so. And then I found these little honeybees. I don't even remember buying them, but apparently I did. Maybe like that. Or we can put the little one on the wood. Slide this down just a little bit. Put the bigger one down or up here. It'd be cuter if the bee was flying out that way. Maybe we need a third one. I would put a ladybug, but there's no ladybugs in here. Use another one of the smaller ones. I think that's cute. Okay, so oop. All right. I think that is probably going to be the best that I can come up with. So let's go ahead and we'll glue our ribbon down. Make sure I have it even. There we go. I'm just going to turn it this way so I can get a good line here. Alright, I'm just going to smear that out just a little bit. There we go. And then we'll turn this over and we'll do the back side. Make sure I have this pulled out so I get them somewhat even. There we go. And then we can go ahead and slide a little dot of glue up under here. Like that. All right. I kind of really like to have something to cover this spine up. And all I have is paper doilies, and I don't want to do that. And I don't think this is wide enough. Well, you know what? I think I'll be fine. Or I could do half like that. And then go ahead and do half like this. And we won't use that. Yep. Okay. You just stay right up there. Okay. Smear that out a little bit. Oh, come on. Let me go ahead and cut this off. Be a little easier to work with. Okay. I was kind of hoping to be done by now, but I couldn't find stuff, and then stuff didn't work. Had to go another direction. It's all right. Okay, so then we'll just lay this across, pat it down, set that back up. And I just moved my mouse and something else popped up on my screen and I was like, what is going on? Okay. There we go. Well, cut that off. And we'll get this part down. just a little bit more closer to the edge, like that. Okay, and then I got a ton of glue on my fingers. It's not quite straight. Run some more on here. Okay. Getting all kinds of fuzz balls on it. I think I'm going to go ahead and run that just to hide this seam. Okay. Well, I haven't trimmed that side yet anyway, so okay. That'll work. All right, let's trim this edge. Okay, and then trim this. All right. There we go. All right, that turned out okay. So now, and I'm just using my Beacons Fabri-Tac glue. I told you guys I use this stuff on everything, and it holds. So make sure that it close to the edge so nothing pops under there. And I'm going to get it centered. Okay. All right, and then these just kind of give it a little definition. Kind of raises the words up. Okay. Makes it look so cute. All right, and then this one. Make sure I've got it good. Getting some strings. And then of course the bee doesn't actually go on with this pot, but it is now. Okay. Try not to have big old globs of glue underneath there. Okay. And then our little honey stick. Oh, I didn't need that all the way down. It's okay. Let's do our flowers first. I'm going to put the flowers over here. That's where I originally had them. Alright, and then I cut the backs, like the little pointies, off of these flowers. So of course they would go flat. So we'll glue these together. Maybe if I can hold them. Okay, like so. And then normally I don't use the yellows, but I think it's fitting. Okay, there's that one. And then a little glue on this one. Yep, that'll work. Okay. And then we'll take this one, line them back up. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then this one. Right. Oops. I'm trying to lose the yellow center here. We'll put that one right there. Okay. A little glue on this one. Line it up. And then the yellow. Okay. Alright, so now our little bumblebees. Actually, I think doing it that way, I was going to put some puffy tape under that, but I don't think I need to. In there. No, that worked. I think that's set up. We don't need the third one. I think we're good with the two. Okay. Unless we want to put the third one on. Oops. Yeah. Got it out. Let's go ahead. There we go. Okay. I'm definitely going to call this quits for the night. And hopefully this weekend I can get back in here and we'll do some pages. We'll decorate some pages. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video here of sewing these signatures in and getting the cover done. That was exciting because I wasn't even sure what I was going to do with the cover. So, thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate all of your guys' support. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so, because that is the best way to support me. And don't forget to hit the notification bell, select all, so you don't miss any future content from me. And I hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.